open the door for you? I thought silence was comfort. I thought silence was maturity. I thought silence was being wise. Never did I knew that silence was stealing away from me. When in secondary school, I was chosen to represent my class on the D-Day, fully prepared and ready to give it a shot. I was called from my seat to the front of the class, and on getting there, I look at the class and I was asked the question, do you know what happened? I could not answer. I could not put my thoughts together. And my voice failed me that day. So I left the front of the class back to my seat in shame, in ridicule of what has just happened. And I told myself, never again will I come in front of the class, or never again will I speak up or ask any question, or never again will I open my mouth to say anything. And I sat to think where this came from, because it didn't suddenly happen that day. It happened when I was growing up. When I asked questions, I was told to keep quiet, that I asked a lot of questions too much. I was told to shut up. I was told, why? Are you the only one? Why do you like asking questions? So from there, I began to act in silence. I began to shut myself up from the world. I began to bury everything that I was made of. And silence really dealt with me. It dealt with my identity. It dealt with my purpose. It dealt with me. Because when I find myself in the midst of people, rather than speaking up, rather than owning my true self in that gathering, I keep quiet. So the question tonight is, have you been there? Have you been in a gathering where you're supposed to speak and you rather went mute? Or even at your workplace where you're supposed to table your promotion, to table your increase in salary, but rather you choose to keep quiet. And instead of you to communicate the value you offer, you rather remain silent. And I tell you today, that is what silence will do to you. Silence will question your authority. It will question your audacity. So these are the three things I did in order for me to come out of where the world placed me, of how the world shut me up from actually owning my true self. Because even the elite we look onto today, like Martin Luther King, he also had problem in public speaking, but he didn't let that steal his dream away from him. He did not. What about Oprah? What about our president, Tinubu? They didn't let that steal the opportunities of what they are made of. They didn't let it steal. So 3 things I'm going to be telling you this night for you to do, so that when you leave here today, you will remember that I said these 3 things. Number 1, speak to yourself before you speak to the world. When you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and speak life to yourself. Tell yourself, my voice deserves to be heard. Tell yourself, I have something to give to the world. Tell yourself, calm to yourself and speak your truth. Tell yourself, my voice is audible. My voice is gracious. My voice is a sweet voice. Don't bury that voice. Don't bury it. No, don't bury it. Because the world is waiting. Souls are waiting. And the second is, look for a community like BGYCC that would help you in training your voice, that would help you in actually speaking up, in public speaking. Join a community. And the third one is, decide, have a strong decision for every meeting you're going to. Tell yourself, I'm going to speak up there. I'm going to tell my truth. I'm not going to be quiet. And you can take a step further by putting down points that you're going to be speaking on. Prepare your mind, prepare yourself that you're going to be speaking on. Silent thoughts was going to bury me, but I refuse.